Hey guys, so welcome to today's video where I'm going to show you my entire Wiggles collection. I'm actually surprised I haven't done this video like a long time ago, but I'm doing it now, so yep, here we go. The first thing to start off with is with one of the first things I got from the Wiggles, which is this Wags the Dog plush. Had it for a long time. Show you just yep, there it is. And the next plush is over here. It's a Dorothy the Dinosaur plush. Actually, I got this one on eBay, and I got it for a pretty good deal. Show you around. And there's the clothes and the hat. Very nice. So now let's go on to the media. Well, first thing I'm going to show you is the books. The first book I have is Dorothy's Garden. This one I got at a used bookstore, and funny enough, I actually have 2 copies of it. Well, mainly the reason why is this was a version that we've had for many years. And yeah, you can definitely tell just by looking at the side. Yeah. As you can see, mostly the only difference was that this one was in a better condition. So let me just show you inside the book. So, here's my original copy. And it's something interesting is it seems to be one of the few original Wiggles books that actually has this at the end, which is check out all the wiggly giggly fun on Wiggle video or DVD. Something I think is interesting on video or DVD. Sorry. Something I think is interesting. I kind of don't want to point this out, but Wake Up Jeff was only ever released on VHS in America. Not exactly sure why. The next book we have is Henry Goes Overboard. Yeah, this one I also got from a, this one from a used bookstore. This one, and let me show you here. I would go through the whole book, but no, I kind of want of pages, and it's kind of hard to hold this. I am having the camera on a stand, but there's some pages. So now, let's move on to the media. First thing we're going to start off with, probably one of the more rare things, at least in my country, is the Wiggles Yummy Yummy VHS. I actually got, so one thing that was kind of surprising is that I actually got this on eBay from a seller in America, not in Australia. I think what I always thought was kind of funny was because if you look, it says Davis at the top. I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but it says Davis. And if you look closely, if you put it in just a white, there's like a lip mark or something. Maybe this is Davis. Like, oh, there's like a lip mark or something. I don't know why. Maybe someone was kissing Greg. Maybe because he was such a great singer. I don't know. Me and my brother always did jokes with that. So, yeah. Also, this is the only Wiggles VHS I have. So, yeah, there's that. It seems to be a very well reprint of the VHS. Yep, here's the tape, front and the back. And here's the side. And as you can see, yep, Davis really loved this VHS. Probably a bit too much. Yep, yeah. You may have actually seen this listing on eBay, maybe, like, probably last year. So, yep. Oh, and, I had something else to say about this tape. I'm not exactly sure what, but okay. So that was Yummy Yummy. Oh, actually, yeah, I remember now. So, with this tape, I would actually really love to see the tape running on my VCR, but unfortunately, this tape is in PAL format. And if you know anything about VCRs and TVs in the world, then you'll know that in where I live in America, the standard format for videos in my country is NTSC, but for like a lot of other universal places, except for Japan, it's all PAL. So, unfortunately, I can't play this tape where I live. Well, more of that, I don't have the VCR to play it, but if I ever can get my hands, and if I ever have like $200, I really doubt that's gonna happen, but if I ever somehow get enough money and our VCR breaks down, then I can get a new one. So I can get one that can play the tape. So next one we have seems to be pretty old DVD, the Wiggles Dance Party DVD. Something that's kind of pretty interesting in this is that this is actually the 1995 version, the Big Red Call video. And I think it's really interesting because they just rebranded everything on it. Even in the video they did it, and even in the DVD they did a really bad edit to remove the Big Red Call from the title and just replaced it with Dance Party. Yep. Yeah. Something I always think was funny was that get ready to sing and dance their way into your hearts. Okay. Okay. So, yep, there it is. It's also the only DVD that says from the Wiggles Classic Collection. It's a good thing they always put that to at least let people know, yeah, this is not the Wiggles that's on the cover. Yeah, this is kind of false advertisement, but oh well. And there's the disc. Oh, and something I should mention right now is that if you want to actually watch any of these DVDs, I do whip a lot of my DVDs, so you could actually like download and watch like DVD ISOs that I made of my Wiggles DVDs and other stuff you might be interested in. Mostly hit entertainment, but also some other weird DVDs I might have. So next one I have is Magical Adventure. This DVD in particular is one of the only DVDs I did not whip. Mainly for one reason, which I'll get to in a bit, is the front, side, and we got the back. Got a interesting picture of Wally and Dorothy. Interesting behind the scenes picture. And, yeah, I'm going to show you why I wasn't able to whip this. So, yeah, there's the disc and some Wiggles movie drawing. Oh, yeah, the Magical Adventure was just a Wiggles movie, rebranded as Magical Adventure. Not exactly sure why they had to rebrand it for a lot of these, but yeah. So, yeah, here's the disc. And once I flip it around, you'll pretty much understand what I mean by I couldn't whip this. If I put it in the white light, yeah, my DVD drive was not happy with this disc. Yeah, thankfully somebody did put an ISO of this DVD in an archive, which I will download that when I get the chance to. And so, yeah, that's Wiggles Magical Adventure. And so, the next DVD we have is Wiggly Wiggly Christmas. Fun fact, I actually got this DVD last Christmas. And it's funny enough, as the time I'm recording this video and the time I'm releasing it, Christmas is like about 1 or 2 weeks away. So, yeah, it's like about 2-3 weeks away. I don't know exactly the time, but yeah, Christmas is coming soon. So, yeah. Here it is. Something that's it's a cool detail is that if you look, the Wiggly Wiggly Christmas balls actually shine in the light. It's a pretty interesting detail they put there. Here's the back, and here's the disc. A lot of these older, much older Wiggles DVDs, they didn't really have printing on it because this was back when DVDs were mostly brand new. So, yeah, well, that's Wiggly Wiggly Christmas. Next one I have, which is Wiggle Time. This is a much newer one. I'm mostly ordering these DVDs when they originally came out, not when they were released in America, because the time that they were released is kind of interesting. Like this Wiggle Time, here's the cover, I'll show you what I'm talking. The thing that's really interesting with this one was that it was actually originally released in 1999 in America. It was originally released in 1998 in Australia, but it was originally released in 1999 on VHS in America, but it never got a DVD release until 2004. Not sure why. Something is also kind of odd is that, as you can see with the title, it's like backwards, when as you can see with all these other DVDs. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but you can definitely see there's something very different with it. It's like backwards. So, here's the disc. Since this is a much newer DVD, 2004, it does have printing on it. So, yep, there it is. And that was Wiggle Time. And next one, we actually got two copies of Yummy Yummy. And I'll explain why I have 2 copies. We'll first start off with this one, and, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. So, to explain how I obtained this DVD is kind of what made me like the Wiggles more than I already like. At the time, I enjoyed the Wiggles, but this DVD truly made me like the Wiggles to the fullest extent possible. And I even got this in my own money. I forgot it at Goodwill. And yeah, this is the DVD that actually made me truly become a fan of the Wiggles. Very historical DVD for me. Something interesting is that I know with a lot of hit entertainment DVDs, I know when it says not for individual sale, I assume that from what I read that it actually means that this was owned by the hit entertainment company itself. Which possibly means it's in higher quality, but when I whipped the DVD, I used a newer copy, which I got on eBay for my birthday. Yeah, as you can definitely see the comparison, it's definitely higher quality. Which is just, something I just kind of interested with the not for individual sale thing. Is apparently it means that this was owned by the hit entertainment company itself, which could potentially mean that this DVD is slightly higher quality, but I'm not exactly sure. I might have to do a little bit more research. Yeah, here's the disc. And if you thought that the cover was the only reason that I got a new copy, here's another reason why. Yeah, this disc has seen better days. Yeah, I think that came because when I was watching this was before I even knew how to rip DVDs. I love this DVD so much, which is the only reason why I got a new copy in much better condition. And so, yeah, here's the disc. Yep, definitely in better condition. Yep, yeah, it is. And that was yummy yummy. Pretty historical Wiggles DVD, at least for my sakes. And so, let's go on to Wiggly Playtime. I also got this one on Goodwill. Most of my Wiggles DVDs either come from thrift stores or Amazon and eBay. So, here's Wiggly Playtime. You got this one at Goodwill. Here it is. Not too much to say besides that this was originally released in Australia as Wiggly TV, which featured 3 episodes of the show, which is basically what this is. The only difference seems to be that the VHS version in Australia had bloopers of this series, while this DVD does not. Here's the disc. And so, that was Wiggly Playtime. Next DVD we have is You'll Be Wiggling. A Wiggles DVD I don't know too much about, since I'm more focused on the Wiggles from the 1990s. But this is You'll Be Wiggling. I got this one at a thrift store, and it actually came with the original version of it still on the top. So, don't know too much about it, too much information, but here it is. Yeah, this one doesn't really have any printing on it, but still, not too bad. I haven't actually seen it in full yet, but I was planning to watch it this Christmas, so yeah. And next up, we got Hoop-Dee-Doo. It's a Wiggly Party. This DVD, I got this one at the thrift store. Fun fact is that actually when I first got this at a thrift store, it actually, I got it for $5. But the thing that's funny was that actually at the time that I got the DVD was insanely rare, and it costed $50, for the disc itself. I'm really, I don't know if this DVD is as well as it was 2 years ago, but there's the disc. Yep. Also, I did whip this one as well. I whipped most of mine. The only ones I didn't whip was the only ones I didn't whip were more of my much newer ones, but I did whip a majority of my Wiggles DVDs. Next one we have is Wiggle Bay. I got this one also at a Goodwill. Also, interesting enough is that this one actually does have the not for individual sale sticker. I'm not exactly sure if these are collectible. All I know is that it looks like that these were actually owned by the hit entertainment company itself. Which, if you didn't know, I forgot to explain it. If you didn't know, it's the same company that produced all these DVDs. Though, if you maybe want to explain to me a little more what the not for individual sale sticker means, you can go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Yeah, here's the disc. It's a kind of interesting disc because it doesn't say the Wiggles anywhere on it. Oh, actually no, that's just a lie. It's right there. Sorry, I messed that up, but yeah. The Wiggles logo is there. I think the more thing is interesting is that the Wiggles Wiggle is not at the top. Though on a lot of these older DVDs, I put the Wiggles Wiggle there too. Oh, yep, that's Wiggle Bay. Next one we got is Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins. Something that is pretty funny is that actually one of the Gremlins was played by Simon, who is actually in he was in like the newer Wiggles, which I personally don't really like that much. The classic Wiggles are the best Wiggles, and they will always be the best Wiggles. But we always did the joke that because Simon, who's in the newer Wiggles, played one of the Gremlins, and the whole point of the Gremlins was that they were trying to like mess up what the TV studio. But we did the joke because like they came like Simon predicted what they were going to do with the Wiggles, like almost 20 years later. Oh yeah, there's the disc. And so, yeah, that was Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins. Also, something else I should mention is that, honestly, for me, I feel like that for this one, they kind of ran out of ideas for songs. Mostly because, a lot of these ones are like just them repeating the wheel. Probably like the one that we always did jokes with was Gulp Gulp, but probably the one song that's just like seems kind of lazy was Anthony's Workshop. Like the lyrics is just like Anthony's Workshop. It's a workshop with Anthony. Yeah. Definitely must say, like this is probably. If you're looking for Wiggles videos, I must say this is not the one to start with. I would say start with Yummy Yummy, as long as you skip the Wiggles puppets. I forgot to mention the Wiggles puppets, but yes, they're all the Wiggle puppets. If you haven't heard of the Wiggle puppets, look them up. It is insane. You got Top of the Tots. This is a 2007 release by Warner Bros. Not exactly sure why they switched to going to Warner Bros., especially since Hit Entertainment still existed at the time, but yep, here's the disc. Here's the case. The disc is inside. There's the disc. Actually, I found this one at my thrift store as a bargain deal. Like only $1. Not exactly sure why this one was at a bargain. I feel like they just put bargain stuff that's like, if it's $1, yeah, it's a bargain, so yeah. Now we got Live Hot Potatoes. This one was a DVD that it took me a very long time to get. I feel like that for me, when I look for Wiggles stuff, the funnest part about it is that I rarely ever get Wiggles merchandise online. I usually always find it at a thrift store. So yeah, here's Live Hot Potatoes. This is the front, side, back. So it's pretty cool because when you put it in the light, it actually shines. So that's pretty cool. And here's the disc. And here's some interesting pamphlet. Not exactly sure if your copy still has this. Something I think is interesting was because I found this DVD at a Goodwill in where I live in Virginia. But I went to Pennsylvania one time and I found another copy of the DVD and it even had the exact same paper. I think it's pretty interesting. I might as well show this off. I probably might scan it sometime, but here it is. And then you also got your discount for Mott's applesauce. Not exactly sure why you would need that, but okay. And then we got like add to your Wiggles video collection today. As you can see, I own almost everything, and even got this promo for sailing around the world. And I think it's kind of funny because this looks they just used a stock image and then they use like this very old type of word that that they use to type things. And then we got this advertisement for Barney. And so yeah, that's it's just a pamphlet. It's kind of hard to fold this back. Might take a while. Give me a second. Okay, I got it. And so that was the Wiggles Live Hot Potatoes. And the next DVD I got is Sailing Around the World. I remember this DVD was actually pretty rare for some time, but now it's not too rare anymore. But you can actually get a DVD ISO that I made of the DVD. As I said, I did whip most of my DVDs, I ripped almost all my Wiggles DVDs, with a few exceptions. Not because only one of them was scratched, but yeah, I'm kind of just talking about it because I do rip a lot of my Wiggles DVDs and other stuff. Not too much information I know about this one, but yeah. The only thing I really know is that they filmed it actually around the world. And yep, there's the disc. And that's sailing around the world. And we got this one. We got Big Red Call. Here comes the Big Red Call. The only thing I really know about this one was that they kind of just took the original 1995 Big Red Call video, but then they just like redid it with the newer things. Not exactly sure why they did it, but I mean they did it. I haven't seen that. There's one that's called like the Wiggles Big Red Boat. I don't have that one. Right, there's the disc, and so that's Here Comes the Big Red Call. Yeah, as I said, there's this other one that I found. I don't own it, but it's apparently called Here Comes the Big Red Boat. Don't know why they had to do a boat, but they did. So, and here's this one, Wiggle Dancing live in the USA. Now, I gotta say this. Yeah, the front looks good. If you keep, just go, what the heck happened here? Well, let's just say I got this at an other thrift store. This is like the only one that I got. A lot of my Wiggles merchandise either comes from Goodwill or a store named McKay's Used Books. There's a used bookstore where I live. And this one I got at some like Thrift and Beyond. It was mostly just a clothing place, and I remember when I went there, this was one of the only things they had was this DVD and some like Star Wars card game, which I did actually end up buying. And so yeah, here's the DVD. I would definitely like to whip this one though. This is one of the few ones I didn't whip, mostly because the actual disc has a pretty lot of information, which takes up kind of a lot of space on my computer. Yeah, there's the disc. And so that's Wiggle Dancing Live in the USA. And for the last Wiggles DVD, which I got at Goodwill, we got You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. It's the only piece of Wiggles merchandise or DVDs that I own that is from the Sam Wiggles and not Greg. But overall, it's actually not bad. Side. This is from what I can see, probably one of the first copies they made of it. And yep, there's the disc. And so that is all of my Wiggles DVDs and VHS. That was just one. Oh, something I do want to point out is I do have this, which is for the Weep Pad Wound Dance and Sing with the Wiggles. There's the front, the back. Had this for a very long time. Now, quickly go through the pages. Here's the first side. I would definitely like to scan this sometime, but until then, here's just some flip through the pages. This is the most iconic one, for me. So there's this one. I always had a lot of fun playing this. I even have some fun playing this sometimes. And so that's the first part. Here's the second side. Yeah, these have seen better. I feel this has definitely seen better days. I mean, I did take this a lot of places. That would be kind of interesting if I found a new copy of it. But I'm still happy with the one I have, which is the one we've had for a very, very long time. And so that will Dance and Sing with the Wiggles. Also, I got in this pouch of Weep Pad cartridges. I do have it in here, the cartridge for it. There it is. Try to get it on the camera. Yep, there it is. These are the big bag cartridges for it. And over here is the actual device that you're supposed to play this on. And other stuff that we have for it. And so, now let's go on to the CDs. But because I don't have the DVD cover, this is a DVD I forgot to mention. But I didn't forget to mention. We got the Wiggles Cold Western Spaghetti. This one, when we moved, my mom cut out a lot of the covers for DVDs, and she did it with this one. Thankfully, we still had this, and unfortunately, we lost like a lot of the covers for DVDs. But fortunately, we still have this one. So I put it into a CD case, an extra one that we had, and so yeah. Also, it's a pretty iconic one. It was actually the first Wiggles DVD or piece of merchandise we ever got. And actually, the only reason why we got this was because they advertised DVD on this Barney VHS. So yeah, if it wasn't for this VHS, I probably would have never known about the Wiggles. But yeah, so here's the disc, and so yeah, the Master Pasta Maker of Italy and Cold Western Spaghetti. Yeah. Okay, I gotta put this back on my shelf. Okay, so let's move on to CDs. First CD I got is the original 1994 Wiggles Yummy Yummy CD. Something that's kind of interesting, which is kind of ironic since the other one is I actually got this one from Sell in America too, not from Australia. So yeah, here it is. I would definitely like to make scans of this CD, of all the covers. I will try to do that when I get the time to. But until then, well, here it is. Here's the CD in all its gloriousness. ABC for kids. And then we also got this. Something that I've never seen any scans of, which surprises me, of like the inside. Like first off is this. Actually, I did scan this part with like a really long time ago. It's not really a good scan, it's kind of low quality, but I did actually scan this a long time ago, and then I used it for a thumbnail of a YouTube video I made, which is that 30th anniversary Wiggles video. And so here's this. This is like, I think you're supposed to cut this part off for something. I'm not exactly sure. I have to read it again for what, but here it is. There's that. Something that I always thought was a kind of interesting typo was that for the final song in the CD that's called Yawn Yawn Yawn, they instead titled it Yawn. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe like the CD was made before they gave it the final title, which was Yawn Yawn Yawn. But that's what they did. But yeah. And that's the Wiggles Yummy Yummy. Pretty cool CD. Actually, I got it for one of my birthdays. And we got the Wiggles Magical Adventure, also known as the Wiggles movie soundtrack. This was actually the first Wiggles CD I ever got. Got it back in 2019, which was the same year I got that Yummy Yummy DVD, and I became an insane fan of the Wiggles. Well, again, because I liked the Wiggles before for a long time, but I mean that DVD really made me become an insane fan of the Wiggles. And here's the disc, and this is the CD pamphlet. So and look inside. And here's the first page. These have been scanned online, but definitely I do have a really high quality scanner. So I would like to scan these, but it takes a really long time for me to scan it since I scan it at a really high quality. But until then, here it is. It's just this picture of Henry. I don't know. It just feels like a kind of odd place to put it, at least in my opinion. Yeah. And oh yeah, this is a really weird thing, a typo error. Not sure if anyone ever caught this, but I did. For the lyrics for Wiggly Melody, the lyrics are right. The lyrics are right until I know there's a part that like if the lyrics become wrong. Yeah, it's right here. After they do the part where they're doing like the Bale song, then as you can see there's a typo because if you've heard the song before, there was the part where they have like a kind of like a orchestrated version of the Quack Quack song. But the thing that's so weird is for some reason then they have the lyrics for the "We Like to Say Hello" song, which is from Wake Up Jeff. Well, as you can see, it just says like "Say hello, big word call." Like it just then they got fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy, and it's just like "Say hello, big word call, fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy, fruit salad, yummy yummy." Fade out. I don't know what they were thinking, but this is definitely wrong. I don't know if anyone ever caught this error before, but I've always noticed this since I got it. I don't know what happened here, but they did it. I don't know. It's a very odd typo. I don't know how no one noticed that when they were printing it, but there we go. And then we got Wiggle Mix. There's no lyrics for it, but it's an insane song. One more page here. It's kind of sticky. Yep, there. We got that. And we just got some information about the origin of the Wiggles. And so, that's it. Yeah, I have no idea how no one ever, how like, they didn't notice that they had that typo. Either that, or like, I don't know, maybe like my copy has that. Maybe it's like only certain copies had it, but then there were certain copies that like they fixed it. I'm not exactly sure, but that is a pretty funny typo. And then we got over here, the Wiggles Yummy Yummy. This is not Yummy Yummy as in the 1994 one, which this is Yummy Yummy as in like the 2003 version of the CD. Which I think it's interesting. There's actually two variations of the cover. There's one where Greg is like looking more forward, and then there's this one, there's one where Greg was looking more forward, which came out in 2000, and in the 2003 version, he's like looking the other way. Not exactly sure why there was that change, but they did it. So yeah, there's the front. There's that. Now here's the back. And here's the inside. And here's the disc. And here's the CD pamphlet. So let's look at that. It's kind of warpy, mostly because I attempted to, like, wipe this. Yeah, not a very good idea. Not the kids, don't wipe paper, because it can have messy results. Something that's really funny is that everyone seems to be insane in these pictures. Like, Captain Feathersword's looking insane. And, no, Jeff is fine in this one, but it's more of Maury. If I can find him. Yep, there he is. I don't know why Maury always looks like that. There's just something about him. I don't know what it is. There's just something about Maury here. And so, yep. And so, yep, that's the CD. And this is just about the Wiggles, and yeah, that's it. That's the CD pamphlet. So, we got a few more CDs left. We got Toot Toot. It's actually one of the only Wiggle CDs that I don't have the DVD for. Somebody did put a DVD, I saw it on the Internet Archive. Okay, here's the front, side, back cover, the other side. And yep, here's the disc with Officer Beepers pointing to the disc. Probably because she wants you to like what was it? Oh yeah, like listen to the CD. And here's the CD pamphlet. So let's go and look at it. Yeah, it was kind of tricky to remove these on some older CDs, but okay, yeah, I got it out now. So yep. Actually, I got this at a used bookstore too. I actually never looked in here. Well, I don't think I did, because I don't really remember this too well. Yeah, not too much here. There's not too much going on here besides some outlines of their faces. But that's it. That's the CD pamphlet. Next CD we got Wiggle Bay. Oh, we got Wiggle Bay here. Something I always thought was kind of odd was because they used a transparent case instead of some of the other, like, black cases. I don't know why they decided to use a clear case for this one, but they did, so okay. There's the front, side, back, and the other side. So yeah, here's the disc. And let's look at the CD pamphlet. This one, okay, this one actually got some pictures. Missed page here. just a little info about the Wiggles, and yeah, that's the CD pamphlet. Something I just saw fall out. This, which it actually is from the same company that they printed the CD, which was made by Cox Records. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you can see it on the disc that it was made by the same company. So yeah, just go and put this back in, and so yeah, that's Wiggle Bay, the CD version. Yeah, that's Wiggle Bay. And now we got Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins, the CD version. Not a very common CD, but not a rare one either. But it's just another CD. So, yep, there it is. There's the front, side, back, and the other side. I think it's pretty surprising because I get almost all of these from the thrift store, and they look like amazing. Also, something that's cool about this one is that it actually is a white case. Not a very common CD cover. Yep, there's the disc. And here's just a little advertisement for the video. Very interesting that they used the VHS version. I don't know why I didn't use the DVD version. Probably because DVDs were relatively new at the time. Oh, there's also this little advertisement that came with the CD, which is advertising other Wiggles products that you could get at your local store in 2004. Because I'm pretty sure they don't sell this at your local store. I mean, they probably sell. There's nothing on the back. I don't think they sell this at your local store, but they probably sell this at your local thrift store. Yeah, so we're gonna see pamphlet. Alright, this is actually a finished picture. That. It's just simple, like, it's kind of colored pages. It's not really any pictures. It's more just different colors with the lyrics. You can see. And just everything about all the people that did the song. And so, yeah, that's Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins, the CD version. Just get and put that back in there. Get in there. Okay, well that's Woohoo Wiggly Gremlins. This is the last piece of Wiggles merchandise I own. The Wiggles Live Hot Potatoes, the CD version. I actually got the CD version before I actually got the DVD. And so there's the side. This is the front, side, back, and this and this other side. That way, it's kind of interesting is that this isn't they put just a bunch of tracks here, but they don't actually in the correct order. But the correct order is actually on the CD itself, which is the disc. Kind of interesting, like the correct track order is on the CD, but I mean, I think it's kind of like not the best idea because then if like I want to figure out what's the next song, then like how can I figure that out when like I have to take the CD out of my CD player and then like I have to read it. I mean, unless you whip the CD, but yeah. So yeah, actually this one it kind of makes sense that they put a transparent case because at least there's a color in it. It's not just white. This is they actually put blue. So yeah, here's the CD pamphlet. Let's go and look at it. You can see it's got some pictures in it. Got one of Greg. Oh no, that's Moy. That's not Greg. That's Moy. There's Greg though. Though it is a much older picture. It's one from around the 90s. It's Jeff, Anthony, and Dale. We got these Wags is like trying to impress Captain Feathersword with his muscles, but Captain Feathersword is just like, oh no, he's actually giving him a thumbs up. So yeah, good job for him. Did he train him? Or I don't know what happened here. All I know is I think Wags got strong and like I think so. I think he's gonna be in the next movie with Sylvester Stallone, but who knows? Okay, now we got what is Henry doing? Dorothy the dinosaur is like normal, or at least. I mean, the costume is a newer one, which doesn't look very good. But, like, what is Henry doing? It's not, like, I know it's, like, the newer costume, it shouldn't look the best. But, like, what is Henry doing here? Why is his neck twisting? What is going on in this image? All I know is that this is an image. So, okay. I think he's trying to do his octopus dance, but he's doing something else. He's twisting too much. That, and his that. So... Yep, that is all my Legos merchandise, and that was Why I've Hot Potatoes, and that was my complete Legos collection. I hope you enjoyed this video. This video is, as I can see, this video is like 40 minutes long, so yeah, this is a pretty long video, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and so goodbye! Yeah. Oh yeah, so, yeah, goodbye. Bye from me. I feel like that, yeah, I own a lot of Legos merchandise. I don't know how to end this video. All I can say is just goodbye and yeet! Okay. Bye, guys.